It's floor day. All right, well, it's day 2 of floor day. It is day 3 of floor day. All right, well, it is day 4 of floor day. And I think it's gonna be the final day of floor day. You can see by the end of the day yesterday, I got all of the seams where... All right, welcome back to another day up on the little cabin. It's floor day. I've already been up here for a day, just trying to get the lay of the land, putting down some 2x6s. It's about halfway done. We've got a 10 by 20 is the goal here for our footprint. 200 square feet exterior. It'll be smaller than that on the interior. I think on the to-do list today is to get this big stack of lumber you see behind me marked up, framed up, and onto the beams. And then we'll go from there. I've got some sheathing is with me as well. And I'm gonna sheathe the whole bottom of it because this floor is gonna be filled with insulation. Really needs to be if you want to use it in the winter. I mean, it's late October, early October, mid-October, and the ground is hard as a rock. Yeah, so stick with me. We're gonna frame this up and hopefully get it all square, get it all level. Well, it should already be all level. And yeah, we'll go from there. It's starting to look like a building, which is really cool. All right, first things first, gonna get these boards laid out, spaced generally where they need to be, and then we'll get going with some measurements. So now I'm gonna work my way down this end of the building. This is the end I'm sort of basing the rest of the structure off of. So I'm working with each one of my studs starting a foot out from the beam. Since this beam is straight, as long as they're all a foot out evenly, we should have a straight building going out. So I'm gonna move all this out just a little bit, get my outer beam or my outer stud nailed on, and then measure out the 16ths, nail them in. Let's try it. All right, let's try that again. Change around some settings on the gun. Not super confident, but we'll try it. All right, well, done some reading online, done some troubleshooting. DeWalt 20 volt, 30-degree framing nailer. Having a lot of issues just not driving nails. It drove pretty well for the first half of the floor and just completely has failed today. I've probably shot 15 or 20 nails and 2 of them have gone in. Otherwise, they're going in maybe a ½ inch or a full inch out of 3 and then bending the head like a J. Sounds like it's a pretty common problem. I'm using pass load nails, 3-inch, 30-degree. Everything should be in spec. The only thing I can think of other than just the gun not quite being up to stuff is trying a different nail brand. Seems like that works for some people from what I've read online. So I think I'm gonna run down the hill, grab some DeWalt brand, because if anything's gonna work with a DeWalt gun, it's DeWalt nails. Give that a try. Kind of a bummer, you know, it's already after 4. Got a bunch of lumber up here today, which feels good at least. Won't feel like a complete waste of a day. It's not a short drive to the hardware store. And this guy's brand new, so the fact that it's not really working well, not really doing its job, is a disappointment to say the least. Every other DeWalt thing I've had, I've been really happy with, so it'd be a shame if it was not the case for this one. So stay tuned. Hopefully I'll be back with more sunsetty light in about an hour, and still try to get this thing framed up. And yeah, I don't know, bummed. All right, well, I'm back up on the lot. I got good news and bad news. Good news. So I was able to find, after going to 3 different stores, a different brand of 30-degree nails. It seems like these Paz loads are kind of the standard up here, which is unfortunate because I think that was the problem, which is the good news. I've only shot 3 nails, but they all went in well, and that's 3 more than I was able to get the Paz loads in. Bad news is that it's been a couple hours, wasn't as quick as I was hoping, and we've lost daylight pretty quick here. Still 6 o'clock, I think sunset's in a half hour. Gonna try to get some more work done. And yeah, see if we can still salvage something from today. All right, so just a quick refresh of what's going on. Next step, I've got kind of both ends nailed on. Now I need to measure my 16-inch on centers working down here, so that I know how to space out these studs. Seem to do the trick. All right, well, there we have it. Thankfully, it seems like the issue was the nails I was using, not this gun. That was great. I just put in nails down both sides of here in like 10 minutes, not a single misfire. So yeah, I don't know if it's a lower quality nail in general that I bought at first, or just doesn't quite work with this gun. But yeah, I was using these Paz load 3-inch nails, and the ones that seem to be doing the trick are Hutig grip. Probably butchered that, but these guys work well. And I had to go to my favorite local building store, even though it was a little bit further of a drive than the Lowe's that sold me these. So that's a win too. Yeah, happy with these. Hopefully it keeps going. Knock on wood. We got plenty of it. That should be the ticket. All right, so the plan for the day is to get some OSB underneath our studs here. Sitting on 17-30 seconds, maybe, something like that, OSB, which I'm gonna use underneath the floor to hold insulation in. I've also got our 3/4 inch subfloor, which I would love to get on today, but I don't have the insulation yet, so I think my main goal is gonna be to get this stuff down, nail it from underneath, which is gonna be hectic, and go from there. Oh yeah, and then seal cracks around it with some good stuff. That way I can pick up insulation on my way up tomorrow, fill with insulation, and get the subfloor down. And once we're there, floor weekend day is complete. So yeah, moving right along. All right, now that I got that one in place, got to do that 4 more times, and 4 more times, 3 more times, 3 more times. And then we'll start filling in the gaps. There's definitely, you know, I did a pretty rough measurement and then cut before putting that one down. So there's like an inch gap on one side. I think I have enough little plywood scraps left over though where I can just clean it up using that. And then we'll get some crack sealer in, some good stuff, great stuff, okay stuff. And yeah, that'll be our underfloor. All right, that is the underfloor. Keep wanting to call it subfloor, but that's obviously not the right term. We've got our plywood / OSB in. There's definitely some gaps. Probably this one being the gnarliest. That's probably like a 1/2 inch, which I could fill with the plywood, but I've got a lot of that crack sealer insulation stuff. So next step is going to be I'm going to run along the perimeter of the beams, and then where different sheets of plywood meet, anywhere there's a gap, really, that air could come up and in through the insulation and into the cabin. So I'm going to go through with that next, seal up those cracks, and then while that's drying, run down the hill, pick up more insulation so we can start filling these cavities. It's looking good. We have a continuous floor, which is, well, continuous under not so sub floor. I think we'll call it a video here. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all the support and feedback I've gotten so far. I would love it if you hit the like button, and if you haven't already, hit the subscribe and notification bell. It helps me share my story with you and hopefully share it with a few more folks that haven't stumbled on it yet. Next time around, we'll be filling these bays with insulation and getting our subfloor on. We'll see you then, and until then, go build something.